Hello everyone, I am Rusha Mukherjee, a student of Surendranath Law College and presently interning with Lexis & Company. Today I am going to talk about the natural justice under the administrative law. We know that it is not possible to define precisely and scientifically the expression natural justice. Though highly interactive potential is there, but it is very vague concept. But we have also criticized it like sadly lacking in precision, and also it is a more confused and unwarranted concept, but still it has been defined by many of the cases in the past. Like in one of the case, Lord Reed defined it as, in modern times opinion have sometimes expressed to the effect that natural justice is so vague as to be practically meaningless, but I would regard these as tainted by the perennial fallacy that because something cannot be cut and dried or nicely weighed or measured thereof, it does not exist. So this is how Lord Reed had defined natural justice. But he could not actually give a very precise definition of natural justice. After that, if we go to the nature and scope of natural justice, it is a very important branch of public law. It is a very important weapon also which has yielded security and justice to human beings. Now the rule of natural justice have been cherished throughout the ages. If we think of it, principles of natural justice control all actions of public authorities by applying rules relating to reasonableness, good faith, etc. After that, if we get into the point, we know that natural justice will be having certain people against whom it can be enforced. It is a very settled law, and if there is no dispute that the principles of natural justice are binding on all courts. Each and every court has to bind by the natural justice. Maybe judicial bodies, it may be quasi-judicial bodies. But the main question that arises out of here is whether these principles are applicable to administrative authorities or not. The answer lies that formerly it was thought that it is inapplicable to administrative courts. But now, after the Franklin versus Minister of Town and Country Planning, Lord Thankerson had said that it is also applicable to administrative bodies. Actually, we know that now if the judicial authorities are performing some acts that has some, administrative authorities are performing some act that has some judicial function, then these principles of natural justice will be applicable. Now, as far as principle of natural justice is concerned, there are many things under the forum. Number one will be absence of bias, interest or prejudice. Like the meaning. According to the dictionary meaning, anything which tends or may be regarded as tending, such as a person to decide a case otherwise than on evidence, must be held to be biased. If we try to explain it further, we will tell that the first requirement of natural justice is that the judge should be impartial and neutral. Because if the judge is partial, then he cannot decide the cases fairly. Recently, we have even seen that our Chief Justice have been alleged to be partial towards a political party, and hence he was thought to be removed. So, it is a very important part of natural justice that the judge should be impartial. Types of bias may include pecuniary bias, personal bias, official bias and judicial bias. We know that the pecuniary bias would mean any type of financial bias. The second type of bias is the personal bias. A number of circumstances may give rise to the personal bias, and that is a judge may be a relative, a friend or a business associate or a party. And in that case, he may try to save that person, and that is not allowed in law. The next is the official bias. That is it may arise when it has a general interest in the subject matter. The judge is having a general interest in the subject matter. Another kind of bias is the judicial obstinacy. In this case, we have to actually test the real likelihood of biasness. Now, another second important principle is the audio alteram parte, or hear the other side, which is very important. You cannot give ex parte opinion without giving an opportunity for the other side to be heard. If we give, then we are actually being unjust to the other party even. And this is a very basic principle of our law. Each and everybody must be given a chance to speak and defend himself or herself. There are basically 3 basic principles of natural justice. And these basic principles of natural justice is the main root or the main basic pillars of law. And if we cannot follow the natural justice, the purpose of law fails. That's all for today. If you like this video, subscribe and like my channel. Thank you. See you in the next video.